Today, I want to show you how we can achieve the weathered wood effect on a veneer surface using chalk paint. I want to make this office chest looking like it made of the drifted wood with the metal corners. I imagine it as a wooden chest found somewhere on the shipwreck. With this in mind, I am using the pieces of wood that will be painted to look like metal. And also, we need a few nails. I have found these plastic self-glued stoppers. But I am also using a very strong glue that they will not fall off with use. And I am going to do the same on the front of the drawers. To make a good texture, I am mixing a plaster of Paris with water. And applying the mixture only one way, the way I imagine the wooden strips will go. Mind you, I have slightly sanded the surface, as I don't really know whether the plaster will stick well. I have used the plaster of Paris many times for the molds on the wooden surface, and the molds are still there. Hopefully it will stick to the veneer. When the plaster is completely dry, I am sanding it really well, letting go any loose pieces. My next step is a black chalk paint. I will use 2 coats of it and will let it completely dry. Here it is dry and ready for the next step. I want to use Barcelona orange, but I do not have enough of it, and I am making my own mixture, adding some Arles, half to half. But because the Arles makes the paint lighter, I am adding tiny bit of red to get it as close to orange as possible. I also want to make my own blue shade, and taking Giverny, mixing it with Paris grey. It is not as bright now, having some grey shade to it. I am making a paint wash by adding some water into the paint and pouring it into the spray bottle. One more color I want to use is the old white. Now I have all the paint I need to use for this project. Stay tuned to see how I shall use it. I am starting with my orange, spreading it over with some water. Then adding the old white randomly, mostly closer to the middle, and blending them together. Next, I am spraying the surface with my blue mixture. While the paint is still wet, I am taking the excesses off with a newspaper. And here is the closer look when it is done. I am repeating the process on all the sides of the chest. I want to add some red to the parts, which are supposed to be metal. After the piece is completely dry, I am dry brushing the high points with the Honfleur chalk paint. It is all Annie Sloan Chalk Paint I am using in this project. You can see the list in the description below. I let the brown dry and now dry brushing with the old white. Then slightly spraying it with water and taking the excesses off with the kitchen paper, just to make all the paint blend in together. Next step, brick blue chalk paint. Watch how I am applying it. Now, when all the paint is dry, I am going to divide the surface into the pieces of wood. To bring it all together, I am sanding the surface. In some places, sanding it all the way to the black. One more step. I am probably repeating myself 100 times, but the end result greatly depends on how everything blends together. Here I am using the leftovers I have made for another project. It is a mixture of the Honfleur chalk paint with a water-based brown varnish. It will seal the paint and will create the wooden effect I am after. I am going on heavier on the parts which are supposed to be metal ones. And applying the patina varnish to make them look like they're made of metal. I will cover the top with a couple of coats of varnish to make it more durable. And here it is done. It wasn't difficult, was it? If you are interested whether the plaster will fall off the surface of my office chest, just ask me in a few months on my Instagram page. You can see the link on the top of this page. Thank you so much again for stopping by, and I'll see you with my new project. Take care.